to another episode on the VanillaCraft server. I decided to rest my weary bones after doing all that nether tunnel mining, and I'm enjoying my fireplace here in this nice little cozy chair I built for myself, and also I have the world's smallest bearskin rug. I may need to make something bigger than that. That's just pathetic. Let's figure out what we've got to do. So I've got a lot of resources I need to grind in order to create my nether tunnel design, and we'll see what everyone thinks of it. So first off, I've got over here a bunch of ice already, so that's taken care of. And I know I'm going to need way more blackstone. I think maybe some basalt, if I'm not mistaken, but definitely some more deep slate, because I used a ton of it for the iron farm. And then I've got some good blocks of coal. That's good. I know I'm going to need blocks of coal. I'll also need some more warped stems. So I'm going to have to create a farm for these. I can probably grab some bone meal from the iron farm and make a farm over here back at my base. That'll be the easiest thing to do. So I think that's what I'll handle first. I'll go over to the iron farm and grab some bone meal, grab some warped fungus from the nether, and we'll build us a little spot to harvest some stems around here. Just because I don't really want to mess with the integrity of this forest too much. At least not yet. Another thing I've got to handle in this episode is I have to move this nether portal up there somewhere. I think it actually just goes right up above me. I have to do the math again. Alright, this should be the spot. Part of digging out these nether tunnels was in order to give better, quicker access to the shopping district that, we will eventually have hopefully a bunch of shops in. Oh good, you didn't go through. Well, let's go through and see where we end up. I'm on top of a mushroom. Well, we are in the right spot. We're here in the shopping district, which is kind of awesome. It's obviously mushroom biome. It's a huge mushroom island, like enormous mushroom island. But the cool thing about it is, as you can see, it has underneath it a vast lush cave system. And I don't know if you'll be able to see any of this. So there's a lot of really cool stuff that could end up happening both above and below the shopping district. But at least now that there's a portal and another tunnel linking it up, people can get here. Alright, I'm going to move this because clearly I've run into a problem. Alright, so now I move this thing. Hopefully, if all goes well, I will show back up in the same spot. This should be the same exact coordinate as the middle of this portal, just obviously several Y values up. And that appears to be the case. Awesome. Alright, well, I think that's all we're going to do here for now. I do need to get around to opening the shop. Any shop. Soon. But for now, yeah, we're going to go back and now I'm going to move my portal up. So I've done a bit more nether mining. And after all that, I decided that I need to have some shulker boxes. My inventory is an absolute mess. And if I'm going to keep going with, lengthy, big projects, I definitely need more storage. So, thankfully, somebody on our server has found the end portal already, and this should be the nether coordinates of the end portal. This right here should be, let me dig out a little room around this portal here. Ooh, well. That's nice. I was not expecting to find this up at Y110, but I'll gladly take it. Alright, let's see where this brings us. Oh, well, what do you know? Someone did put the portal right there. So that's great. Now we have a portal at our nether hub, or nether highway. That is fantastic. Oh, and I still need to pick that up, apparently. But yeah, one nice thing about my base, being so far from spawn, is it's actually very, very close to the nether portal. Here's my new portal right here. Alright, well, we're out here flying through the void, and oh, thank goodness I finally found some land. Flying through the void is absolutely terrifying. And, oh, what do you mean now? Already found? Oh, wow. Well, this is a great find right off the bat. Okay, let's get to it then, shall we? Okay, we're back. And as you can see by my new wall mount there, we did manage to find another ship and got ourselves a second backup elytra, as well as many shulker boxes. There's only one here. The others are all sitting in my ender chest here. All organized. I got rails, I got redstone, dyes, my important valuables, tools, copper, iron, fancy clothes, and all sorts of project boxes for whatever we go and do in the future. So yeah, now that I'm all organized, hopefully I will not have to run back and forth so much. Now it's off to the iron farm to get some bone meal. Okay, I've got a shulker box full of bone meal, and I've got my warp nylium. I think it's only apropos that we go and build this over by the tree farm. So I've cleared out a little spot here. I'm just going to throw down some warp nylium. Start making as many crimson, as many warped fungus? Is that what they're called? I don't even remember what they're called. I'm going to get a bunch of blue wood. That's what I'm going to get. Alright. This should be sufficient to grow some stuff on. We should be able to get more... I thought we can get more mushrooms this way. Ah, yes. Okay, we can. Good. And then we'll just plop them down like so. Maybe we should do this one at a time anyway, because I know these get pretty big and weird. You know what I don't have? Oh, I do have a diamond toe. Sweet. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to get on doing this, and once I have what I think is sufficient for blue wood, I'll catch up with you. And there we have it. An obnoxious amount of time later, we have almost 4 full stacks of warp stems. That should definitely be enough to do what I need to do. I also compacted down all the bone meal into bone blocks to make it a bit more compact in my storage. So now the next thing to do is to gather this up and put it back in my ender chest for now. And then I will go down into my mines and do a little strip mining. Maybe we'll find some diamonds, but realistically, we're just there to get deep slate. Alright, a short mining session later, and we've got 8 stacks of cobbled deep slate. Hopefully that'll be enough to get me through. In my travels, I also found 8 diamond ore blocks. So let's break those up and see what that nets us. And we end up with 14 diamonds. That's not too bad. I mean, could be better, I suppose, but that's not too bad. We'll take these 14 diamonds and chuck those into the bling box for safekeeping. Now, I think we're on to the final phase of resource collecting. I need to get me some blackstone, because I've only got 18 pieces. That is not nearly enough blackstone. So I'm going to go do some strip mining in the nether, and every bit of blackstone I come across, I'll mine that out. So hopefully it shouldn't take too long. And then we can finally get on to crafting my nether tunnel. So as it turns out, it didn't take me nearly any time to find enough blackstone. I ran into 2 big veins like almost immediately, which meant I got everything I needed to build the nether portal. And there it is. So I was planning on doing a time lapse for this, but me being the dummy that I am, I deleted it, and now so I don't have any footage. So this is it. This is the Nether Tunnel design. Yeah, this will be basically the main tunnels, and then anyone that wants, I don't know why I put those so far away. That was a little dumb. Let's get up here and take a look at this. So this will be the main design. It's got ice roads that you can boat across. 1.5 blocks is actually just enough for a boat to fit, so you can have 2 boats going either way. And then also there's soul sand pathways for if you have soul speed. Then, of course, hopefully this is a much bigger area that you could just fly through as well. So anyway, whatever mode of transportation you want to use, it should accommodate. And then, of course, these panels, which these will be where you can, have your own offshoot tunnels to individual portals and whatnot. So this didn't take me too long to build, actually. I really wish I had my footage though, because, well, I was cleaning up. Let's have a reenactment. So I finished building this whole thing, and I came around and started busting around all the different, blocks that I'd placed just to get around on. And then I did that and went, oh no, oh no, oh no, and got caught in here. And then, eventually I burned to death. And that's not even the worst part of it. The worst part is that I did that twice. So that was real embarrassing. Instead of hiding that fact, I figured I'd share with all of you how much of a derp I am. So yeah, actually, this design wasn't my original design. My original design actually was a little bit taller, wider, and also had an extra gradient level where the blackstone would then fade to blocks of coal. However, I actually like this a lot better because, first off, we don't need to mine tons and tons of blocks of coal if we decide to go with my design. But also, it's a bit more compact. And this particular design has a bit more depth, actually, because of the indentation there and the columns along the sides there. So I'm really pleased with how this turned out. And I would love to see this design be used all throughout the Nether Tunnels. But there are other designs. Right now, I think Jack Dread is the only other person who has made a design, and he's gone low budget. This will be ice, apparently, and these will be some form of light block. I think he said holes in the roof are for light, yes. So this would be a much cheaper design to go for. It's actually kind of similar to mine in that his columns with the 3x3 area, so that's interesting. It doesn't have the soul sand, but ice is usually the easy, boating across ice is usually the easiest way of getting from point A to point B in the Nether if you don't have wings. I'm hoping we can get a couple more people to come and submit all other designs also before we start to, build out our Nether tunnels. But if not, well, we've got 2 designs to go for, and yeah, we'll vote on to see what we like. Anyway, there's one more thing I have to get to before finishing up this episode, and that is a little bit of a teaser in prepping for the following episode. So the teaser is hopefully not a big secret as to what I'm doing here. We're here at spawn, just because it's a flower forest and it's pretty, and I need flowers for what I'm doing right now, which is attempting to get some beehives. I could go flying around for it, I guess, but this also accomplishes another thing in getting me tons and tons of wood. Alright, so we're back at my house. I finally got those beehives I was looking for. It took a long time to do. So, it took so long, in fact, I actually, once I finally got one, I decided to just come back here and build this with 1 beehive, bred up more bees, waited for the honeycomb to get enough stuff to just build the other beehives. And so yeah, all my bees are being shy right now, of course, but eventually they'll all decide to come out, pollinate whatever azalea bushes and blue flowers, blue orchids I've got in here. And every so often, it'll try to harvest honeycomb. So I actually have it hooked up to a daylight sensor here, so whenever it receives an update, or rather whenever it outputs a different redstone signal, it will attempt to harvest all the honey. Hi, you need to leave, sir. There's all my bees. So every so often it'll attempt to harvest honey, and we could probably watch that one right there when it tries to harvest. And there it goes. So all I have is basically a bunch of hidden shears and redstone behind this pit, honey goodness, and it just deposits all of it down here into these chests. Whoops. So as you can see, I'm getting honeycomb, I mean, not super fast. In order to reduce lag, we've kind of put a cap on the number of villagers and bees you can have at your base. So if I wanted a bigger operation, I could take this out to the end and build a much more massive bee farm there. But we just don't want things loaded all the time at people's bases and have so many mobs pathfinding and all the whatnot. So I'm going to sit here and AFK at my bee farm for a while to get a lot more honeycomb. And next episode, we'll take all that honeycomb and hopefully do something fun with it. Catch y'all next time. Bye.